What's up guys, I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never and welcome back to another market update. If you enjoy this content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
Alright, so as usual, we're going to start off with some technical analysis. So if you guys watched my previous market update, I had Bitcoin drawn in this bear flag, and I said bear flags break down 68% of the time. And if you paired the bear flag with the fact that the stochastics were extremely overbought and we couldn't get back above resistance, there was a very good chance that we were going to drop. Now you can see that we clearly did break down from the bear flag. But if you guys have been watching my previous content, I've been talking about how I'm looking to see if Bitcoin can put it in an inverted head and shoulder pattern. We already have the left shoulder, we have the head. If we can put in a higher low, then we could put in a right shoulder. And inverted head and shoulder patterns are usually very bullish. Now at the moment, it looks like we have a chance to actually do this, and the stochastics are now extremely oversold again. This is exactly what we want to see. Now the big question will be whether or not we can actually get back above the 21-day and the 200-day. These are going to be very important levels. We were above them initially. However, we then fell through them when we broke down out of the bear flag. And you can see that this most recent candle did actually have a textbook rejection off of the 21-day. So again, these are very important levels. But ultimately, we need to see price action come up here and put in a higher local high. If we cannot break above 88.8K, then expect more downside, plain and simple. But with Bitcoin, so far so good. If you look at the Bitcoin liquidity heat map, there's a lot more liquidity to the upside. Do note that there is still some liquidity to the downside, but again, there's way more to the upside. Now, the other thing that I want to point out is that Bitcoin actually had the monthly candle close last night, and we ended up closing at 82,538. But this candle actually had a high of 95,152. So definitely not a great close from where it actually had reached. However, I'd like to point out that the stochastics are starting to get oversold again. And I also want to take a look at Ethereum on the monthly. And what I think is very fascinating about Ethereum is that the stochastics are now extremely oversold. And what Ethereum has that Bitcoin doesn't have is a strong Class A bullish divergence. If you look at price action, we're swinging up into a higher low. If you look at the RSI, we're swinging down into a lower low. Again, that is a strong Class A bullish divergence. Look at what happened the last time Ethereum had a bullish divergence. Price action was swinging up, the RSI was swinging down, and we had a very explosive move out of this. Don't be shocked at all if we do see Ethereum have a strong breakout. I know ETH looks a lot more dangerous than Bitcoin right now, I understand that. But ask yourself the question, do you actually think Ethereum is going to die? If you don't, then understand this could be an amazing opportunity. If you look at Ethereum on the monthly returns, we have had 4 red candles in a row. We were red in December and we were red January, February, and March. Throughout Ethereum's history, we have never started out with 3 red months. And we have not had 5 red candles in a row since 2018. And Ethereum and the entire crypto market are completely different than they were in 2018. I would not be shocked at all if we start to see some form of reversal from Ethereum. And you pair that with all of the major players loading up on Ethereum. For example, just today, Fidelity bought another 6.4 million worth of ETH. And in my previous videos, I've been showing you guys that BlackRock is loading up, Trump is loading up. Again, many huge players are loading up on Ethereum. Ask yourself the question, why? BlackRock in particular has not been loading up for that long and they already control 1% of Ethereum. They hold something like 1.25 million ETH. In my personal opinion, if they weren't confident in the future of ETH, they wouldn't be buying it. But fortunately for us, because of how oversold Ethereum is, it has created a lot of amazing opportunities in the crypto market. Other than Bitcoin, there are so many different blue chip projects right now that are down 50, 60, 70% from their all-time highs. There are not many other asset classes that you can say that. And that's why I'm saying these truly could be some life-changing opportunities. I cannot stress this enough. This is the time for you guys to focus. Do not let yourself get shaken out when we are getting close to a bottom. All of that being said though, if you guys are interested in joining a like-minded community and getting into projects super early, then I also recommend taking a look at my Discord. We're here for the pumps, we're here for the dumps, we're here for everything. And obviously I'm biased, but I am personally of the belief that it's a lot easier to make it through these market conditions when you're with a community. We're all going through the same thing together. But we've also been making huge gains in here this entire bull run, and market conditions will improve again. We've already called 6 different 200x projects as a community. So if this is the kind of community that you wish to be a part of, I have the link right here on my YouTube homepage. I'd love to see you guys in here. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments your guys' thoughts on the market. If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.